Hello, my name is David Northrup. I am a teacher at Lincoln Consolidated Schools. I have compiled a visual history of Lincoln Consolidated Schools that goes to the year 1961, though more will follow. Part 1 was about the indigenous people of our community. Part 2 was about the first European settlers to our community. This is Part 3, the early years of Lincoln Consolidated Schools. It will include information about how migration patterns shape the early years of our school district. It will also illustrate how one man's vision led to the creation of Lincoln Consolidated Schools. Finally, Part 3 will show how the district began with one consolidated school and continued to grow. Many of the photos used in Part 3 are used with permission of the Ypsilanti Historical Society and the David S. Flower family, and by the family of Myrtle E. Hall, unless otherwise noted. Beginning in 1910, there was a massive influx of black people who migrated from the southern states to escape racial violence, pursue better employment, and to be free of Jim Crow oppression. The map shows that people who migrated to Michigan were mainly from the states of Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Dr. Marvin S. Pittman was a professor at Michigan Normal College, which later became Eastern Michigan University. He is pictured on the left. On November 2nd, 1922, he met with community members at the Willis Methodist Episcopal Church. It is pictured in the center. This photo is used with permission of the University of Michigan Library. Dr. Pittman shared his vision of a plan to consolidate the area one-room schoolhouses into one school. Some of the community members were wary of the proposal. They had established positive relationships with the teachers in the one-room schoolhouses. Nonetheless, Dr. Pittman's proposal passed, although by a relatively slim margin, on a vote that was held on May 2nd, 1923. On April 16, 1924, a cornerstone laying ceremony was held. The photo on the upper left shows Dr. Pittman with Secretary of Board of Education W. M. Derbyshire. The photo on the upper right shows Dr. Pittman with Dr. Charles McKinney of Michigan Normal College, now EMU. The photo on the lower left shows Dr. Pittman holding an umbrella for Mr. Derbyshire as he spoke to the attendees. The photo on the lower right shows the location of the cornerstone. Ina Champion wrote a book about the history of Lincoln Consolidated Schools called From My Window. She was present at the ceremony and witnessed Dr. Pittman's elation, saying, "Joy and animation simply radiated from Dr. Pittman, the founder of the entire project. A happier man than Dr. Pittman could not have been found anywhere, even if you searched the whole USA." There was a movement in the community to name the new school after Dr. Pittman. The image on the left is a transcription of a letter he wrote to the school board urging them not to name the new school after him. The boxes on the right highlight his reasons for the request. Mainly, he was concerned about how people in the future would feel about the school being named after him. The school board then considered the names Lincoln and Trailblazer. The students voted on the two choices, and they also selected Lincoln. The first day of school for Lincoln Consolidated School students and staff was on October 31st, 1924. This photo is courtesy of the Lincoln Consolidated Schools website. The youngest students used mostly the first floor. The older students were on the second floor, and the oldest students were on the third floor. Students looked forward to literally moving up in the school as they got older. On December 5, 1925, tragedy struck. Fire destroyed much of the school. The cause of the fire has never officially been determined. The pictures show that the building was gutted. Volunteers put themselves at risk to save as much of the contents of the school as possible, even as the fire raged. Students were educated in other schools, homes, churches, and even garages while the school was being rebuilt. The school reopened by the end of 1926 with additional fireproof materials. This slide features students and staff of Lincoln Consolidated School in the 1920s. The photo at the top shows the student body of the school in 1928. The photo on the lower left shows a classroom with elementary age students. The photo on the lower right shows how students took a nap on their desks and on the floor. The fireplace at the front of the room is still in existence in 2024, though it is obviously not in use. In 1932, the Huron River was dammed to create Ford Lake. The lake provided water, and the dam provided electricity for the newly built Ford plant in Ypsilanti. When the river was dammed, it filled a natural basin which created the lake. This map was based on Robert Anschutz's map, which was published in the Ypsilanti Gleanings publication in 2020. The original path of the Huron River is in dark blue. The dam is pictured on the right. For many years, a bridge at Tuttle Hill Road crossed the Huron River. When the river was dammed, the bridge was submerged. It remains there today, resting on one side. The Ford plant brought many more families to Lincoln Consolidated School. After the Ypsilanti Ford plant was built in 1932, more space was needed for students at Lincoln Consolidated School. In 1935 and 1936, a second floor was added above the bus garage. It housed a new kitchen, cafeteria, and girls' gym. The first floor was later converted into a wood shop and an automotive shop for students. A new bus garage was built at a separate location nearby. The photo on the left shows the south side of the addition as it was under construction. The north side of this addition is pictured on the right as it looked on September 27, 2024. This space is still in use. The first floor provides space for Roz Health Clinic and the Community Action Network. The second floor houses the art room and music room for Brick Elementary School. After the addition was completed in 1936, it was decided that a mural should adorn the cafeteria. The school partnered with the Works Progress Administration. It was a Depression-era federal program that commissioned artists to create work for public spaces. Brothers Branislaw and Leon Mikelski painted 3 murals on the north wall of the cafeteria, which is pictured on the top. The photo on the bottom shows Branislaw Mikelski with Superintendent Elliott and Principal Tape. One of the delegates of the WPA was Samuel Cashwan. He was an artist in his own right. He was a sculptor. According to the school newsletter in 1936, the student council requested that Mr. Cashwan sculpt a statue of Abraham Lincoln. The students' request for Mr. Cashwan to sculpt a statue of Abraham Lincoln was granted. The photo on the upper left shows the sculptor with the bust of the statue and is used with the courtesy of local historian Daniel Makarowicz. The photo in the upper middle is a scale model of the statue. It is taken from a photo collection at the Lincoln Golden Ages Senior Center. Students raised money for the site and even dug a hole for the foundation. The photo on the upper right shows the groundbreaking of the site. On May 4, 1938, a dedication ceremony was held. The photos on the bottom show the ceremony. In 2015, the statue was relocated to its current location after a successful community effort. Students at Lincoln Consolidated School enjoyed many services that were not available in the one-room schoolhouses of the past. Bus transportation was provided. The photo on the upper left is from 1931 and shows bus drivers and their REO school buses. Food service was provided. The photo on the upper center shows students in the cafeteria in 1936. Student government was provided. The photo on the upper right is of student leaders meeting with school leaders in 1948. Student athletics was provided. The photo on the lower left is of the Lincoln basketball team sometime in the 1930s. It can be seen in the south foyer of Brick Elementary School. Music education was provided. The photo on the lower middle is of the Lincoln Band. It can be seen in the Performing Arts Center. The photo on the lower right shows the cast of one of many productions in the auditorium. The one pictured is from 1937. After he left Michigan Normal College in 1934, Dr. Pittman became president of South Georgia Teachers College, which became Georgia Southern University. On November 19, 1949, he returned to Lincoln to speak at the 25th anniversary of the school. He provided advice to the community of Lincoln Consolidated School about navigating the future. This information was outlined in a paper by Pamela Frost Altman. Key excerpts are highlighted in the boxes at the top and to the right. We are thankful to Dr. Pittman for his advice today. After World War II, around 7 million people migrated from the Appalachian region of the United States north, including to southeast Michigan. Many people were drawn to Detroit's surging auto industry because it offered better paying jobs, which provided them with a higher standard of living. In Michigan, the cities of Warren, Hazel Park, Detroit, Taylor, and Ypsilanti were major destinations. As a result, the population of Lincoln Consolidated School continued to grow. Following World War II and the Appalachian migration that followed, even more room was needed for students. In 1951 and 1952, another addition was built. The photo on the left is an aerial view that was taken in 1958. The addition is on the right. In 2024, this area of Brick Elementary School is used for a cafeteria, classrooms, and the main office. The photo on the right shows the addition as it appeared on September 26, 2024. By 1956, the population of Lincoln Consolidated School District continued to grow. A new school was needed. The new school was first known as Lincoln Elementary School, but has changed names over the years. Despite the name changes, the school's function has not changed. This school has educated the youngest students in LCS since it was built. In 1998, the school's name changed to Model Elementary School, after the one-room schoolhouse of the same name. The photo on the left is from the late 1950s. In the photo on the right, the school is pictured with a new gym that was built in 2011 in a photo dated September 25, 2024. In 1961, a new high school was built. The image on the left shows an artist's rendering of the school. The image on the right is from Google Maps. It shows the additions to Lincoln High School over a period of more than 50 years. In 1995 and 1996, a new middle school was built as an addition to the existing high school. It is the spoke-like structure on the right. This addition also added a new gym, which was shared with the high school and middle school. In 2001, a new middle school was built, which provided more classrooms for Lincoln High School. The Performing Arts Center is located at the top left of the photo. It was completed in 2012. I am very thankful to have had so many quality sources from which to draw to create this presentation. I would like to thank John B. Harris, Myrtle E. Hall, David S. Flower, Daniel Makarowicz, Ina Champion, Dorothy Hitchingham Smith, and Pamela Frost Altman. Without their work, this presentation would not have been possible. Part 4 of this presentation is coming in 2025. It will include information about Lincoln Consolidated Schools after the year 1961. If you'd like to submit a photo for possible inclusion in Part 4, or for questions or feedback, please email me at northrop@lincolnk12.org. Thank you.